Hello students, welcome to yet another session of geography. First of all, let us cheer ourselves for completing the first chapter successfully. We have completed the first chapter, so all of you take your hands and pat on your back. Done it? Yes. And now we are going to study the second unit. This unit is very familiar. Already we have studied in 9th standard. Many simple concepts based on this chapter we have already covered in 9th standard, so it is not new to you. Here in 10th standard, what we are going to study is more important. We are going to study in this unit 2 climate and natural vegetation of India. Let us learn the lesson, and after studying this complete lesson, what are we going to achieve? Yes, we are going to achieve these objectives. First of all, you will learn and understand, or you will describe the factors controlling the climate of India. And previously, this was already discussed in 9th standard. But further, in deeper aspect, we are going to study what are the factors controlling the climate of India. And next, you will be able to understand the characteristics of different seasons in India. And then you will know about the rainfall distribution of India. And finally, you will able to understand and study the different types of natural vegetation and wildlife in India. In today's class, we are going to concentrate the first topic, factors controlling the climate of India. Let us look into the introduction, and then I will be showing you the video. I hope this video will be very clearly representing you the concepts that we are going to study under the topic climate. We drink more water during summer and do not drink the same water during winter. Yes. Why do we wear cotton clothes, lighter clothes during summer season and heavy woolen clothes during winter or a cold weather season in North India? Yes, you know the answer. It's because of different season. Why do we not wear woolen cloths in South India? Yes, there is a different pattern of seasons or different weather conditions that rises in South India and North India. It is not the same. So we are not wearing the same clothes everywhere all over the India. This is because of the prevalence of varying weather conditions between North and South India. In previous chapters, you have learned about the landform and drainage of our country. Yes, our last lesson was the physiographic division of India. We studied about different physiographic divisions like plains, Great Himalayas, plateau region, coastal plains, and island. And further, we have studied the drainage system of India. What are the river systems and its tributaries, distributaries, and finally where it drains. Everything we have studied in the last class. Yes, which dealt with the natural environment. In this chapter, what you are going to learn? You will learn about the climate, rainfall distribution, natural vegetation, and wildlife of our country. So this is the introduction of the chapter. Factors affecting the climate. Climate of India is affected by factors of latitude, distance from the sea, monsoon wind, relief feature, and jet stream. I would like to highlight it. So these are the factors that we are going to study one by one. Is it clear? Once again, I repeat, climate of India is affected or controlled by some factors like 1. Latitude, 2. Distance from the sea, 3. Monsoon winds, 4. Relief feature, and 5. Jet stream. Before going to these topics, that is from the content of the textbook, let us explore all these topics with the video presentation. In this video, we are going to learn about the climate of India. Before going to study the detailed aspect, let us see what is climate. Climate, already we have studied in 9th standard, some total of weather conditions and variations over a large area for a long period of time, and that is more than 30 years. So if I study the weather conditions of India for a period of more than 30 years, we come to a conclusion that climate of India is a monsoon type. Okay. In this is the definition of climate. Then what is weather? Weather refers to a state of atmosphere over an area of any point of time. That means, say, if it is raining, I will say it is rainy day and the weather is rainy. If it is very cold outside, I will say the weather is cold. Now these words, the climate and the weather, are made up with the temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity and precipitation. Now you may observe that the weather condition fluctuates very often within a day on the basis of generalized monthly atmospheric conditions. The year is divided into seasons such as winter season, summer and rainy season. When it comes to India, the climate of India is described as monsoon type. Now this type of climate is found mainly in the south and the Southeast Asia. The word monsoon comes from the word mausim and it refers to the wind which changes its direction. Again in India, the winds blows from southwest to northeast and the northeast to southwest. We shall study in detail a little later as to why these winds blow in this direction. Now, if I take India, India has monsoon type of climate. In spite of an overall unity in the general pattern, there is a clear regional variation that can be seen in climatic conditions which in country, let us take two important elements, temperature and precipitation. Let us study the important factors that control of any place. There are 6 major controls at climate of any place and they are latitude, altitude, pressure and wind systems, distance from the sea, ocean currents and relief feature. If we take first factor, latitude. Now the earth is spherical in shape. Due to the curvature of the earth, the amount of solar energy received varies accordingly to the latitude. If the equator receives a vertical rays of the sun, gradually if we are moving towards the pole, the rays become slanting. So the air temperature decreases from equator towards poles. Coming to India, the Tropic of Cancer passes the middle of the country, that is from Rann of Kutch in the west to the Mizoram in the east. Almost half of the country lies to the south of Tropic of Cancer, belongs to tropical area, whereas the remaining area which is in the north lies in the subtropical area. Therefore, India's climate has characteristics of tropical as well as subtropical climate. The second factor is altitude. And now you must know that there is a decrease of 1 degree for every 166 meters rise in height. As one goes from the surface of the earth to higher altitude, the atmosphere becomes less dense and the temperature becomes decreased. The hills are therefore cooler during summer. We have already studied the normal lapse rate in 9th standard. I believe that you can able to recall the normal lapse rate. Now India is covered by a different landforms, that is mountains, plateaus and plains. So it results in a different in temperature. If I take up Himalayas, Himalayas have an average height of about 6,000 meters. On the other hand, if I take up coastal plains, the maximum elevation is about 30 meters. The Himalayas prevents cold wind from the Central Asia from entering the subcontinent. It is because the mountains, this subcontinent experiences comparatively milder winter as compared to Central Asia. The coastal plains, on the other hand, creates a moderating influence on the climate. This is because of the sea breeze and the land breeze. Next one is the pressure and wind system. We will study under 3 categories, that is pressure and surface wind, upper air circulation and western cyclonic disturbances. Based on the rotation and revolution of the earth and the apparent movement of the sun, different pressure belts have developed on the earth and the surface winds move from high pressure areas to low pressure areas. Some of the important winds on the earth are, we have already studied in 9th standard. Can you able to recall it? Yes, they are easterlies, westerlies and polar winds and the monsoon winds. And the two different types of winds that blow in India are southwest and northeast monsoon winds. The southwest monsoon blows from the sea to land. Yes, they are onshore winds, and northeast winds blow from land to sea, and that is called offshore winds. These winds deflect. Actually, these winds deflect to the right in the northern hemisphere, and then they deflect to the left in the southern hemisphere. The reason behind is that the Coriolis force. Now, what is Coriolis force? It is an apparent force caused by the Earth's rotation. The Earth rotates from east to west, already we know that. Yes, at a speed of 1600 km per hour. The Coriolis force is responsible for deflecting winds towards the right in the northern hemisphere and towards the left in the southern hemisphere. This is also known as the Ferrel's law. The pressure and the wind conditions over in India are unique. During winter, there is a high pressure area in the north of Himalayas. Cool dry winds blow from these regions to a low pressure area over the oceans to the south. In summer, a low pressure area develops over the interior Asia as well as over northwest India. This causes a complete reversal of wind during summer. The air moves from the high pressure area over the southern Indian Ocean in the southeasterly direction, crossing the equator and turns right towards a low pressure area over the Indian subcontinent. Now these are known as southwest monsoon winds, and these winds blow over a warm ocean, gathering the moisture and bringing a widespread rainfall over the mainland of India. The upper air circulation, we call it as a jet stream. Yes, in this region is dominated by the westerly flows, an important component of this flow of this jet stream. When I say jet stream, it refers to the wind that blows at a great speed. Now these jet streams are located approximately over 27 to 30 degree north and south latitude, and therefore they are known as subtropical westerly jet streams. Over India, the jet streams blow south of Himalayas, although the years except summer, then the western cyclonic disturbances and the northwestern part of country, and they are brought down by the westerly flow. The summer, the subtropical westerly jet stream moves with the north of Himalayas due to the apparent movement of the sun. Western disturbance or weather phenomena are brought in by westerly flow from the Mediterranean Sea. They occur in the month of winter and cause rainfall in the north and northwestern part of India. The moisture of these storms usually originate over the Mediterranean Sea and Atlantic Ocean and travels towards east. Although the amount of rainfall is meager, it is highly beneficial to rabi crops, especially the wheat in Punjab and Haryana. And these winds sometimes can cause snowfall in the mountains. And now we are going to see the next important factor, that is distance from sea. During the daytime, both the land and sea gets heated. The lands get heated more than the sea, so at the land, the temperature is high and pressure is low. And the water bodies, the temperature is relatively low and the pressure is high. So the wind starts blowing from sea towards the land. And this is known as sea breeze. During the day, the coastal areas will receive a sea breeze. But at the night time, the land gets cooler than the sea. So at the land, the temperature is low and the pressure is high. So wind starts blowing from land towards sea. So during night time, what we have is land breeze. Because of the land breeze and sea breeze, a moderating climate is developed. As the distance from the sea increases, The moderating influence of the sea also decreases and the people experience extreme weather conditions. And this is known as continentality. That is, it would be very hot during summer and very cold during winter. It covers very hot during days and very cold during night. Next factor is ocean current. Ocean currents are large masses of surface water that circulates in a regular pattern around ocean. The warm currents move from equator towards the pole and the cold current move from the pole towards the equator. For example, any coastal area with a warm or cold current flowing the path will be warmed or cold if the winds are onshore. Example of cold current are Labrador current, Peruvian current, Benguela current, whereas the example of warm current are Brazilian current, North Atlantic drift, and then we are going to see the next factors, that is the relief. The word relief means variation in height, and now the relief of two places play a major role in determining the climate of the place, because if it is a mountainous area, it means the relief is high, but if it is a plateau area or the plain, the relief is relatively low. Now, how high mountains act as a barrier for cold and hot winds. They may also cause precipitation if they are highly enough to lie in the path of the rain-bearing winds. On the other hand, the leeward side of the mountains remain dry. The Western Ghats obstruct the southwest monsoon winds and they are responsible for heavy rainfall along the western coast, whereas the Deccan Plateau forms the leeward side where there is a relatively low rainfall. Thank you for watching this video. We will continue in the next part.